We always hear about the million-dollar flagship phones, right? The ones that grab all the headlines and Instagram likes. But what if the real smartphone revolution, the one impacting billions, is quietly happening in a segment almost entirely ignored by the mainstream tech press? Imagine a device so crucial to global connectivity, it costs less than a fancy dinner out, yet brings 5G, a smooth display, and a battery that just won't quit. We're talking about the new OPPO K13x, and it's a perfect example of why budget phones truly matter, especially in developing economies. Priced at around 12,000 rupees, it packs some surprising punches, and we've been living with it to see if it delivers. You often expect budget phones to look, well, budget. But the K13x throws that expectation right out the window. The peach variant we tested looks genuinely attractive. OPPO did a masterful job with the subtle transition from pink to white, and the way light just reflects off the back panel. Sure, the phone feels entirely made of plastic, but from a distance, you would never guess it is a budget device. In fact, multiple friends asked us what phone we were using, all because of that back design. You also get a sleek dual camera module and a ring flash for nighttime shots. The plastic sides even held up remarkably well when we accidentally dropped the phone from hip height onto concrete. We saw a few scuffs, but nothing serious at all. Plus, a reliable side-mounted fingerprint sensor and that rare, thoughtful addition for the budget-conscious consumer, a headphone jack. Yes, it's still here. Speaking of pleasant surprises, the K13x features a 6.67-inch HD plus LCD panel with a 120Hz refresh rate. For the price, it's remarkably serviceable. We probably would have liked smaller bezels or a higher resolution, but the 120Hz refresh rate absolutely makes up for any shortcomings. It makes the user interface run super smooth. We had a great time watching YouTube and Netflix too. The colors and skin tones were more than acceptable, and with a peak brightness of over 500 nits, the display remained completely usable even under harsh sunlight. Under the hood, the OPPO K13x hums along with a MediaTek Dimensity 6300 processor, backed by 6 or 8 GB of RAM and up to 256 GB of storage. In day-to-day usage, we honestly had zero complaints. Apps opened quickly, switching between different tasks was fluid, and OPPO has done a really good job optimizing the UI to work seamlessly with the processor. This, coupled with that 120Hz display, truly delivers a decent user experience. That said, we did notice a hint of stutter when opening heavier applications and games. Also, the device does come with a fair bit of bloatware pre-installed, including those infamous hot apps and hot games folders. Now, if you are a hardcore gamer, this probably is not your next esports rig. We played some BGMI, and the experience was less than ideal. You might occasionally notice a few dropped frames. However, for casual games like Clash Royale, the experience was pretty decent, and we observed absolutely no thermal throttling. Battery life is probably the biggest strong suit of the K13x, and for good reason. OPPO managed to pack in a massive 6,000 mAh battery. Coupled with the mid-tier specs, it performs brilliantly. With our daily workflow, which consisted of scrolling social media and watching videos, we easily went through 2 full days of usage. The phone also comes with a 45W fast charger, which charges the battery from 20% to 80% in just over an hour. That's seriously quick for this price point. Here's where we get a dose of reality: the cameras. The OPPO K13x features a dual camera setup with a 50-megapixel main camera. In ample lighting, the performance is decent. You get a good amount of sharpness, natural colors, well-managed white balance, and even some HDR effect. However, low-light performance leaves much to be desired. Images appear soft and grainy. We noticed a similar trend with portrait shots, which often lacked crispness and a natural depth of field. The K13x can record videos at up to 1080p at 60 frames per second. While we wish it offered some form of video stabilization, the footage was fairly stable in daylight, with good color reproduction and contrast. The selfie camera's photo quality was once again serviceable in daylight, but as expected, the quality dropped significantly at night, showing muddy colors and a lack of sharpness. So, should you buy the OPPO K13x? Honestly, at its starting price, it gets a lot of things remarkably right. You get a sleek design, that smooth 120Hz display, solid durability, and decent performance, as long as intensive gaming isn't your top priority. While we really wish the cameras were a bit better, especially in low light, the K13X is still a surprisingly well-rounded budget smartphone. Perhaps the true innovation isn't always about the bleeding edge, but about democratizing technology for everyone. What do you think? Are budget phones like the OPPO K13X the real game changers? Let us know your thoughts, and don't forget to subscribe for more deep dives into the tech that truly matters.